ああ、特に目に異常はねえな。角膜も綺麗なもんだし、血圧もほぼ正常と。
Alright, welcome back everybody to Chaos Child. My name is Michael SK, and we left off with Takuru having his eyes, blood running out of his eyes like tears, bloody tears. Either he witnessed something that was just so sad, or something else is going on. I'm going with the latter, and something weird did happen in the last episode. Before we wrap things up, it's as if he was put into a delusion. But to him, he said it felt too real. What also happened in the last episode was we had a little bit of a time skip to the next New Generation Madness Day. And before that, they had some brain exams, along with some other, I guess, health checkups. And everything is totally fine, except for some not too crazy, like, suggestions on diet and whatnot. But who cares about that? The important thing is, they're healthy, but things are still going on. Some really wacky shit. But let us continue on and see what tomfoolery will occur in this episode. Dad nodded as he looked at me.
頭痛はするか？体のどこかが痺れるとかは？
特には。
視界の一部が欠けてたり、狭くなったりもしてないな？
うん。
そっか。なら大丈夫だ。
I wouldn't really say that, though.
本当に？もっとよく見て。
Kidesu was sitting next to me, worried.
さっきからそればっかだな、お前。
だって。
まぶたの裏に血管があって、稀にそれが切れることがある。ひどい緊張や興奮をして力が入ったり、踏ん張ったりするとな。覚えがないか、タクル。
I remembered the attack at Cafe Lax and shivered. But I nodded before Dad could see.
だろ？それが原因だよ。心配ない。
Is there no way to observe the eyelids? You know, see if something actually did burst? Dad called up my chart on the computer, the same one he'd been using since I was in a coma. He started to type something.
おいおい、ノノ。そんなおっかない顔で睨むなって。
タクルに何かあったらどうする気？
わかったわかった。
Dad stopped typing and opened another page on the chart.
タクル、紹介状書いてやるから、明日また頭の中の写真撮ってこい。
でも。
いいからいいかって。可愛い娘が怒って、口聞いてくれなくなったら困るんだよ。
うん。
Yeah, that's fair. I get why he's wanting us to do that. Dad wrote me another referral to the same hospital as before, which was finally enough to satisfy Nono.
いや、そうだ、ノノ。お前、自分もまだ病み上がりだってこと忘れんなよ。
あ、うん。そうね。ごめんなさい。
わかってりゃいい。
Dad smiled. Kidesu and I thanked Dad and then went up to the dining room where the rest of the group was waiting. Oh, that's right. We all came here together.
あ、ウキ。私アップルティー。
We gotta stay safe.
私も。わかりました。伊藤さんは？
コーヒー、ブラックで。
When we got to the dining room, Uki was running around getting drinks for everyone. I looked at the clock and it was almost 11 p.m. There was just one more hour until October 23rd was over.
で、さっき何があったのかちゃんと説明してくれるんですよね、宮代先輩。
Arimoto looked at me as she sipped her apple tea. She had the same joking voice she used at school, but her eyes were serious. She seemed to have come up with her own ideas on what might have happened to me, and her eyes were as gloomy as they were when we'd first met.
話すよ。例の パイロキネシストのことだから。
南沢千里。
I glanced at Kirisu just for a second. I thought she wouldn't want to hear that her old friend might be a serial killer.
クルス、もし嫌なら自分の部屋に戻っててくれ。父さんかユイのところへ行っててもいいし。
ちゃんと聞かせて。
What about
Kurusu.
Yuto? Why was he left out of that statement?
だからここにいる。
そっか。じゃあ。
I sat down in a chair at the what the hell? The dinner table. I was gonna say dining table, but then I saw the R. Oops. And after a moment's hesitation, slowly began to describe what happened at Cafe Lax. As I talked, the terror started to come back to me, and my hands were soon covered in a nasty sweat. I didn't want to look bad in front of everyone, but I couldn't stop my voice from shaking.
それでその後は知っての通りだ。ドアを飛び出したら外はいつも通りのカフェに戻ってた。
Wait, did we really go to the bathroom? There was a silence for a moment after I finished. Because that's what happened in the delusion. We went into the restroom. Arimura especially seemed to be lost in thought. That was, of course, because Minamisawa Senri was probably after me, her, or Uki.
殺されてたまるか。
She whispered in a low voice and suddenly stuck her hand out into the air.
おい。
Yamazoe and I moved away, surprised. Arimura had suddenly drawn her D sword.
お前、何を。
決まってるでしょ。武器ですよ。
武器。
あんたも出せるんだよね、ウキ。もしあいつが現れたら戦う。手伝いなさい。戦うって、私、そんな。いいから早く。
Uki tried to shake her head no, but Arimura glared at her threateningly, and she bit her lip. And then she reached out her hand. Whoa, oh! Wow, okay. That's a sword. A giant sword appeared in her hand, too.
宮代先輩も早く。
そんなこと急に言われてもどうやって抜いたらいいかわからないんだそれ。
役に立ちませんね。
I could hear how annoyed she was. It had been a long time since I'd seen her act this cold.
ねえ、何？どうしたの？
一体何の話してんだよ。
The others couldn't see the D sword. All they saw was Uki and I freaking out.
私たちこの前、南沢千里に襲われました。そして今日も宮代先輩が。こんなのもう我慢できない。だから。
Arimura looked at the sword in her hands and cackled.
この手で事件を終わらせてやります。南沢千里を殺して。ちょっと待って。
Everyone turned to look at Kirisu. She probably knew that she was getting too emotional about the situation because she was hesitating more than I'd ever seen before.
あのね、千里が犯人って、本当のことなの？
証拠はまだあの ID カードと僕らの証言しかない。けど
慰霊碑にはあの子の名前がちゃんとあるのよ。それは何かのミスじゃないですか。A1 東京総合病院のデータでは行方不明になっていたんですよね。けど私見たんだもの。私の目の前で千里は瓦礫に潰されて。
She must have been remembering something painful. She put her hands to her chest, and her nails dug in deep. But then Arimura raised her eyebrows so high that I couldn't see it from here.
クルス先輩。どうして嘘をつくんですか？え？
Oh. Shocked, I glanced at them, from one to the other. Arimura was staring at Kirisu with suspicious eyes. But Kirisu's expression remained unchanged, to the point where it almost seemed unnatural.
クルス先輩の今の言葉は嘘です。
Arimura's power let her tell when someone was lying. In other words, Kirisu was absolutely lying right now. But Kirisu looked Arimura dead in the eye as she spoke.
嘘なんかじゃないわ。いいえ、先輩は南沢千里が死んだところを見ていません。あなたの能力というのがどのくらい正確なのか私は知らない。けれど彼女はもうこの世にはいないわ。そう信じたいだけじゃないんですか？あるいは南沢千里が実は生きているのを知っているとか。
The two of them glared at each other. Oh no,
もし
dude.
仮に。はい。仮に千里が生き延びていたとしても、あの子に殺人なんてできるはずがない。
Kirisu's voice took on a sorrowful note.
千里はとっても臆病な子だった。小さな虫を殺すこともできないくらい気が弱くて、何かあるとすぐに泣きべそをかいて、だからいつも誰かの後をついて回っていたわ。もちろん暴力なんて嫌いだったし、血を見るのすら苦手だった。そんな千里が猟奇殺人なんて、私にはどうしても納得がいかない。ありえないわ。どうやら今度は本当のことを言っているようですね。だから
Kirisu's voice was rarely this emotional, but she must have realized that nothing she said would matter, so she fell silent.
とにかく千里が犯人じゃないとしたら、タクルたちの憶測は完全に間違ってしまっているわ。真犯人が他にいたらどうする気なの？
それは。
The thing is, I honestly believe that someone else is the real killer. It's just that Senri is playing a part in the killings. What part exactly? I don't know. Of course, I thought about that possibility. That there might be multiple killers. That there might be another psychic working with Minamisawa Senri.
でも、だとしても、今日が終わるまでに誰も殺されなければ僕らの勝ち。
Well, that's good. Everyone leapt out of their chairs as we heard a scream from downstairs. Was that Yui's voice?
Yui!
Kirisu ran down the stairs. We followed right after her. Yeah, maybe the psychic should go first here? Yui had fallen backward onto the ground near the front desk. Her face was pale and her jaw was chattering.
お姉ちゃん、ねえ、どうしたの？
ユイ、大丈夫か？ユイ。
Yuto and Dad grabbed her and held her tight, but she was still shaking. The terror had completely consumed her.
何があったの？ユイ。
Can we like do a zoom out here, please?
お姉ちゃん、しっかりしなさい。
Kirisu grabbed her by the cheeks and yelled.
私、寝ようと思って、父さんにお休みの挨拶して。
おやすみなさい。父さんも無理しないでもう寝たら？
そう思うんだったらノノに意見しといてくれ。 あいつのせいで余計な仕事が一つ増えたんだよ。
ナナ姉はタクル兄のことになると人が変わるから。
違いねえな。じゃ、おやすみ。
おやすみ。それで私部屋へ戻ろうとして診察室を出たんだけど、その時玄関のドアから音が。ノックの音が。私、休館の人かなって思って、それで返事をしたの。すみません、今日の診察は終わりなんです。休館でしたら夜間診療のある病院をご紹介しますけど。どうなさいました？救急車呼んだ方がいいですか？
Well, it's not our rhythmic knocking that we're used to hearing.
一体何なんですか？いたずらならやめてください。だからやめてください。私、ものすごく怖くなって。だけど、外見たら。
Oh.
もう大丈夫。大丈夫よ、ユイ。
Kirisu rubbed her head gently, and at last the dam burst and Yui started to cry. Everyone looked at each other pale as we listened to her sob. Arimura and I in particular had gone as deathly white as Yui. Knocking. That was the same thing I'd heard at the cafe. Okay, but we heard the rhythmic
やっ
knocking.
ぱり追いかけてきたんだ。
I could feel my knees shaking. I remember the knocking and the dragging footsteps I heard at the cafe, and my heart began to feel overwhelmed with terror. And I felt an impulse to run screaming off into the night. But strangely enough, it was Arimura who gave in before I did. She gritted her teeth so hard I could hear it from where I was standing, and then ran toward the front entrance.
おい、有村。
She yanked open the lock on the door and then flung it open. Then she ran out into the street, flailing her D-sword.
南沢千里！私はここにいる！くだらない小細工なんかやめて！さっさと殺しに来いよ！
Ooh, we're using some harsh language now, are we? She kept swinging her D-sword at the shadows formed by the streetlights.
私はもう逃げも隠れもしない！殺せるもんなら殺してみろって言ってんだ！
やめろ、有村。何やってるんだよ。
I grabbed Arimura from behind. She'd clearly gone insane. Her D-sword hadn't been real booted yet, so it slid right through me. If it had been, I wouldn't have survived.
やだ！離して！殺されるのは嫌！
落ち着け。あいつは僕らがパニックになるのを狙ってるんだ。冷静にならなきゃ負けだ。
なんでこんな目に遭わなきゃならないの？能力なんてなければよかった。こんなものさえなければ。
When I saw her, I realized that I'd been making a mistake. For a while now, I thought that I was starting to understand Arimura, but I was wrong. A bratty know-it-all. A normal girl who sometimes got excited and smiled a childlike smile. I was always surprised when she did, but I'd also told myself that that was who she really was. But I was wrong. She was a weak little girl whose fate was caught up in events far beyond her control.
そうだ。能力なんてなければ、誰もこんなことに巻き込まれることはなかった。
No one would have been killed, and no one would have been tortured in those experiments in that basement. I hated myself for ever being proud of my powers. Why did they even exist? Who gave me these, and why? Arimura's body was shaking as I held her. And pathetically enough, I was shaking every bit as much.
おい、宮代、有村。
Ito ran up to us as we sat on the side of the road. Sarika, Uki, and Kazuki ran after him.
大丈夫か？
ああ、なんとか落ち着いた。
I lied so as not to worry them.
それより部屋へ戻ろう。ここにいたら危ない。いつ襲われるか。
And then Ito cut me off and showed me his phone. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't show me the phone. I flinched away.
まさか、また正体不明の電話がかかってきたのか。
Ito must have guessed what I was thinking because he quickly shook his head. Oh, okay.
違う。
We're good.
よく見ろ、宮代。
I stared at the phone. It had the usual wallpaper, the usual apps. There was nothing out of the ordinary.
気がついたか？
尾上、お前のも見せてくれ。
Oh, it's the next day. Gotcha. Sarika took her phone out of her pocket and showed it to me. It showed the same thing that Ito's did. The present time and date. 12:03 a.m., October 24th. So we made it. But who died? October 23rd was over.
助かったのか。
Arimura swung her head around and yanked the phone out of Sarika's hands. Her fingers were shaking too much to read what it said. She stared at it again and again, and then... The strength drained from her tiny body. Why am I throwing words into these sentences? As she collapsed into me. And then she passed out. Yeah. October 23rd. The day of the return of the New Generation Madness. And we'd survived it. But who didn't? Kazuki got into her usual gaming position and stretched. She was about to start playing ESO 2. I chuckled as I opened the lid of my lunchbox. Everything was returning to normal. Inside the lunchbox was a sandwich that Kirisu had made for me. Morning had come. It was a Saturday, but it was the one day of the month we went to school on weekends. We'd gotten some sleep at Alba Dorm, then taken showers and come to school. Yui and Arimura still hadn't woken up and were staying at Alba Clinic. But neither of them seemed hurt, and Kirisu and Uki were staying home to take care of them. For my part, I'd skipped out on morning classes to stop by the brain doctor that Dad had referred me to. The results had been the same as Dad had said. No abnormalities, in the blood vessels in my brain. When I told Kirisu over the phone, she sounded relieved.
さてと。
I wasn't feeling hungry, but I didn't want to let the sandwich go to waste. I took a little nibble of it as I stared, at the board on the wall.
これで本当に終わったのか。ニュージェネの狂気の再来は。
Hey, I doubt it. The net had been in an uproar last night. No, it still was. But not because something had happened. In fact, the uproar was because nothing had happened. I checked a bunch of different places, TV, radio, and even the newspaper. But nothing happened on the 23rd that would make you think of the New Generation Madness. so maybe nothing has been reported yet. There were all kinds of rumors going on around the net. This included a weird conspiracy theory that the killer had been captured, but because he was the son of a major politician, they couldn't go public with it. But most people thought that the return of the New Generation Madness was over now that nothing had happened on the 23rd. Yeah.
おう、宮代。病院はもういいのか？
ああ、おかげさまで異常なしだってさ。
よかったね。
Ito and Serika were both carrying lunch boxes of their own. Kirisu had made their lunches this morning, just like she'd made mine.
けど、登校するなり部室に直行してランチとか、いいゴミ分だな、おい。
授業は午後からでいいって言われたからさ。それにマップを見ながらいろいろ考えてみようと思って。
これ以上何もするなって今朝新庄さんに言われたろ。
Yeah, fuck Shinjo. No, I'm just kidding. When we told Shinjo that there had been another attack by the person we believed to be Minamisawa Senri, he demanded to know why we hadn't told him sooner. And then he insisted that we never do anything so dangerous again.
でも考えるくらいならいいだろ。
I put the lid back on my lunch, having barely eaten any of it at all, and looked back at the map.
昨日僕たちはカフェラックスにいた。そこで事件が起こった。僕の前に現れたのは以前襲ってきたあの女だった。
Wow, I wonder who it could be. Why do they even have these questions up? Like, what would happen if we just completely decided, alright, let's just be fucking stupid and choose the wrong characters? I mean, come on.
そしてその能力は
Wow, a telepath. No, I'm just kidding. Pyrokinetic. Come on, I've been paying attention. Believe it or not, I have been paying attention. Now I just gotta start reading the tips in this game.
ところがカフェラックスで僕を襲ったのはパイロキネシスじゃなく別の能力だった。それは
Could tell if I was lying, read my mind, and shared embarrassing secrets, showed me a delusion of being alone, broke things in the cafe without touching them. Well, who knows if that last thing happened? I mean, things were broken, but I'm pretty sure that's because she was clumsy as fuck.
ってことは、やっぱり南沢千里は一人で2つの能力を持ってるって推測が正しいのかな。
Now, I'm not exactly sure. Now, I would like to say that Uki's power was used and she didn't realize it. When we learned about her power, we also learned about the fact that she can't control it. Instead, it's for everyone else's benefit. If they have a strong wish or dream, doesn't that kind of use her ability to create a delusion? And could that delusion not only involve the person that's wishing or dreaming, but also those that would be involved in that shit? That's what I want to know.
いや、
It's just that
まだ
there's too
確
much we
証は
don't
持てな
know.
い。別の能力者が協力してる可能性を否定できないし。
それで襲われた時の緊張のせいでタクがまぶたの血管を切っちゃって、結局みんなで青葉寮へ移動したんだよね。
Okay, so that whole, like, eyelids deal, that would have happened to Arimuta as well back in the third case. But again, it's a situation that, or a question that I can't exactly answer because no one brings that up.
ああ、僕はそこで父さんの診察を受けて、
Unless I'm
その
missing
後みんなで
something,
23日が過ぎるのを待ってた。
which is always likely.
そういえばさ、あの時副部長と有村なんか言い争いとかしてなかったか？なんだったっけ？
言い争い？
あ、そういえば
Damn. Nono said she didn't believe in psychic powers, said she didn't believe Senri was the killer, got mad that Hina was using her powers too much, said we should let the police find the killer. I mean, didn't she at some point say that last one? Just throwing that out there. I mean, obviously this is what we want to put up, but...
そうそう、のんちゃんがね、南沢千里さんは絶対に犯人じゃないって言ったんだよ。
猟奇殺人なんてできる子じゃないって言ってたな。昔親友だったからわかるって。
でもさ、あの時に有村は副部長が嘘をついてるって指摘したんだよ。あれってどういうことだと思う？
確かあの時有村が嘘だと指摘したのは
it was a lie that she saw Minamisawa Senri die in the earthquake. It was a lie that Senri couldn't hurt an insect. It was a lie that Senri's name was on the memorial. It was a lie that Senri hated seeing violence and blood. That last one, you know, who knows? But those other two statements are true. Has to be this one.
思い出した。クルスは南沢千里が目の前で死ぬのを見たって言ったんだけど、それが嘘だったんだ。つまり死んだところを見てない。
きっとのんちゃんはね、親友だった子が犯人扱いされてるのが許せなかったんだよ。それでとっさに嘘をついちゃったんだと思うんだ。
まあ確かに副部長の気持ちになってみりゃな。
So, Arimura's power. She can tell if somebody is telling the truth from their perspective, right? Or is it an all-around general truth? Because who knows? She could have been telling the truth that she saw Senri get crushed. But was it true that she saw her die? Maybe it's not exactly that she saw her die. Therefore, could she really state that as a truth? I feel like this power of Arimura's is very, not contradictory, but it's hard to tell what truth can be stated and what would therefore be a lie whenever someone says something.
そう。
If that makes any sense, I don't know.
やっぱり南沢千里の話題はクルスがいるときは少し気を使った方がいいな。
You think? I stuck a paper up on the board. Uncertain Senri died in an earthquake. She could be the killer.
そして問題はその後か。
ああ。
青葉委員の1階でユイが
ドアがノックされるのを聞いたんだよね。
It was the same thing I'd heard at Cafe Lax, the woman's knock. And Yui had seen a terrifying sight.
僕でさえカフェであれだけ恐怖したんだ。何も知らないユイはさぞかし怖かっただろうな。
うん。かわいそう。
Fortunately, Yui didn't open the door. She quickly shut and locked it and saved us at the last minute. But if she'd opened the door all the way...
いや、待てよ。
I looked up from the map toward the ceiling. Something seemed very wrong.
お、どうしたのタク。
Did I put something up wrong on the board?
なんか思い出したのか？
Sarika and Ito looked at me confused.
いや、なんか引っかかった。ものすごく大変なことを見落としてる気がする。
Even Kazuki was surprised enough that she turned away from ESO to look at me.
大変なこと？
ああ、昨夜はいろんなことがあって、有村がパニクったり、僕も気が動転してて気づかなかったけど。
That's right. What was I just thinking now? If Yui had opened the door...
当然、これまでの事件から考えれば、ユイも被害者に。でも、それってつまり。
I looked at the map again.
前にも話したけど、今回の事件には一つ明らかに共通する特徴があったよな。
っていうと？
それは被害者だ。最初の事件、こっちみんな 被害者とその特徴は、次は音漏れ炭。被害者とその特徴は、僕が目撃した回転デッド。被害者とその特徴は、そして学園祭で起きたごっつぁんです。被害者とその特徴は、そう、事件のターゲットになっている被害者は全員能力者だ。それ以外は襲われていない。だからこそ僕や有村山添はずっと警戒していたわけだし、事実カフェラックスでは僕がターゲットにされた。でもアウバ寮に現れた南沢千里が襲撃しようとしたのは、
I mean, it could have been any of these people. But Yui was the one who opened the door.
そう、ユイだ。
I stood up in shock.
まさかそんな。
ゆいちゃんもってこと？
I don't know.
マジかよ。
It was far too late for it to make a difference now, but I suddenly felt a cold pillar of ice was pressed against my back. I was certain that Minamisawa Senri had come to Alba Clinic in search of me, Arimura, or Uki, and that Yui had only been caught up in because she was unlucky enough to answer the door. Excuse me there. It's getting lost. But what if I was wrong? What if there was a reason she was after Yui? I sighed. It was hard for me to really believe. I mean, if she was really after Yui, she would have barged
あ
in.
いつが本当に能力者なのかどうか。
How are we gonna do that?
悪い、起こしちゃったな。
あれ、タクルに学校は？
早退した。お前のこと気になってさ。
またまた。
Yui slowly sat up from the bed and smiled a tired smile. She must have felt dizzy for a moment because she leaned forward and grabbed her forehead. Her face was still pale, and the IV looked like it was painful.
いいからそのまま寝てろって。
でも、
クレスに言いつけるぞ。
That's the real threat in the game right there, is telling Kirisu anything. Those were always the best words to use on Yui. She frowned for a second, but then laid down and pulled up the covers.
有村は？
The other bed in the exam room was empty.
お昼ごろ、新庄さんって刑事さんが来て、二人で出かけていった。また後で来るって。
Shinjo was probably asking her about last night.
あいつ、もう体は大丈夫なのか？
元気だったみたい。
そっか。
タクル兄にね、ありがとうって伝えてくれって。
え？
My eyes went wide as I looked at my foster sister. Arimura said thanks? Unheard of.
何かの聞き間違いだろ。
そんなことないよ。いい人だよ、有村さん。タクル兄にもちゃんと感謝してると思うけど。
聞き間違いじゃなきゃただの気の迷いだな。
I pulled a stool up to Yui's bed and sat down. And then I watched her as she lay under the covers. It might have been the first time I'd looked at her like this, come to think of it. Did she have some kind of power? It just seemed hard to believe. Maybe I was mistaken? I hoped I was. People were saying that the killings were over, and that the return of the New Generation madness was at its end. But the killer still hadn't been caught. The idea of the killer being after not just me, Arimura, and Yuki, but also Yui was too scary to contemplate.
何？どうしたの？
As I tried to figure out the best way to explain things, I heard a very uncomfortable voice. She must have noticed that I was staring at her silently. My sister was looking at me in confusion.
あのな、
あら、タクル。
おかえりなさい。
まだお帰りなさいっていう時間じゃないでしょ。
Kirisu was standing at the door holding a tray with a bowl of rice porridge. Uki was next to her with a pair of spare pajamas. Kirisu put the tray next to the bed and looked at me concerned.
学校早退したの？どこか具合でも？
ごめん、そうじゃなくて、ちょっと気になることがあってさ。
気になること？
Even if Yui was a psychic, I still wasn't sure if I should tell Kirisu about it. She'd just worry more. But she cared about her sister, and I knew that. It was probably better if she knew everything.
どうすれば確かめられるかな。
And then I remembered the method that Kunasato had used on me. I glanced at Uki, sorry. She probably wouldn't like it, but it was the only way I could think of.
なあ、ユイ。ゆうべのことをあんまり思い出したくないと思うけどさ。有村とそこにいる山添が手に何か持っているのを見なかったか？
Kirisu and Uki were shocked too.
何かって？
二人は剣のようなものを持っていたんじゃないか？
剣。
ねえ、タクル。あなた、何を言ってるの？
Kirisu grabbed me by the arm. She couldn't see the D sword herself, but she knew exactly what I was asking.
ユイ、そんなの見てないわよね。
Yo, you gotta stop being in like such denial. Like, come on. I know you're worried, and you don't want things to be worse than they already are, but just come on.
見てない。知らない。
Yui must have been surprised by Kirisu's sudden outburst. It was obvious she was telling a lie. I could see from the look on her face that she thought she'd seen something she wasn't supposed to.
山添、ごめん。お前が嫌なこと頼んでもいいか？もしもユイがそうなら、犯人が逮捕されるまで、お前や有村と同じように僕が守らないといけないから。
はい。
Thank you for being understanding, Uki. Even so, you are a child, and it is very easy to get you to do such things. Uki was surprised, but she seemed willing to help her old friend. She put the pajamas on the bed and stretched her hand out into empty air. So she can't control her power, but boy oh boy, she knows how to pop out a freaking D-sword. And we
ユイさ
can't.
ん、見ていてね。
ウキちゃん、ダメ、やめて。
Kirisu let go of my arm and grabbed onto Yui, excuse me. As if she was trying to stop her from showing it to Yui.
クリス、ごめん。でも手遅れになってからじゃ遅いんだ。だから。ほら、見えるだろ、ユイ。山添の手に何があるか。
Uki slowly drew it out of thin air, as it shone with a light no normal person could see. It was the weapon that connected reality to the Dirac Sea and its ocean of negative energy, the D-sword. It was obvious that Yui's eyes were following Uki's sword.
見えるの？ユイ。見えるの？
Yui looked like she was about to cry, and then she nodded slowly.
山添、もういい。ありがとう。
The D-sword disappeared from Uki's hands. There was nothing left but an awkward silence.
そんな。
I was right. Yui was a psychic. And Minamisawa Senri had almost killed her last night. I thought that was all a coincidence. It just seemed like something that should have been a coincidence, you know? God damn. Alright. What's going on here?
この匂い どこかで
That was the first thing Shinjo thought as he ducked under the crime scene tape. Oh no. Uh-oh. And went inside the third floor condo. He knew the smell. But from where?
あ、そうだ。ニューヨークで
When he was training in America, a local colleague had taken him to a cheap steakhouse. The waiter had brought him a disgusting grilled lamb steak. The smell was a mix of rotting animal blood and burnt fat. He hadn't even taken a single bite. And that was precisely the smell that filled the room right now. The source of the stench was in the middle of the room, on top of the dinner table. The forensics people must have finished their job, because it had already had a sheet placed over it. Now it was just waiting to be carried out to the coroner. Shinjo put his hands together for a moment in silent prayer, and then flipped up the sheet. The second he saw it, he yanked the handkerchief out of his pocket and forced it to his mouth to stop himself from throwing up. He knew it was disrespectful to the dead, but he couldn't help it.
ご苦労様です、新庄先輩。
He looked up and saw a younger detective talking to the forensics people. The detective lacked his usual energy. This was probably the worst case he'd ever seen. Shinjo didn't want to look bad in front of the younger kid, so he forced the handkerchief away from his mouth.
あ、ご苦労。ガイシャの身元ははっきりしたかい？
それがですね、衣服を着用していない上に遺体の損壊が激しくて、今のところ確実なのは10代から30代の女性ってことしか。
He could see hints on the charred flesh and indicated the body had once belonged to a woman. But the face was so burnt that there was no way to distinguish any features. And even stranger, there was what looked like a metal stick coming out of her mouth. The rod came out all the way below her abdomen, like a skewer used to cook a kebab.
10日ほど前でしょうか。近くの工事現場から鉄筋が盗まれたっていう届けが出てるそうです。
The detective flipped open his notepad.
鉄筋っていうと、あれか。コンクリートの壁に使う？
ええ。ガイシャの口から出てるのがそれのようです。
Wow.
そういえば昔こんな映画があったな。
It was an old 80s horror flick that he'd seen with some friends in college. The movie was about a bunch of travelers who got lost in the jungle and eaten by cannibals. In one scene, someone had been cooked like this. And there was one more thing. This incident reminded him of a number of others he'd seen recently. The return of the new generation madness.
まさかこれも？いや、でも23日は。
Okay, but this could have occurred on the 23rd and no one found out, which is what I was thinking about earlier. On October 23rd, the killer had spent the whole day going after Miyashiro, Takuru, and his friends, which meant the target had to be one of them.
新庄さん？
あ、悪い。続けてくれ。
Shinjo put the sheet back on the body again and made another short prayer.
ガイシャの身元は未確認と言いましたが、自分の意見としては、おそらくこの部屋の住人と見て間違いないと思います。
灰田理子さんだったな。
はい。
He flipped through his notebook and relayed to Shinjo what he'd learned from the condo's manager.
年齢18歳、独身で一人暮らし。職業は派遣のテレフォンサポートってことになってますが、派遣会社に確認を取ろうとしたところ、会社自体がもう存在していませんでした。
Okay.
倒産したか、あるいは水商売のためのダミー会社って可能性もあるな。
その線については今表せてます。
で、会社が彼女だと思われる根拠は？
Shinjo took out his own notebook and started to copy down the things he thought were important.
はい。契約以来、どうも本人しかこの部屋へ入った形跡がないようなんです。
ん？
鑑識からの報告では、室内から出た指紋や足跡は本人とおぼしきものだけで、不自然に拭き取った跡なども見られません。もちろんそれ以外の指紋もないわけじゃないんですが、どれも古いもので、おそらく
以前の住人や業者だと思われます。鑑識も今回の件からは除外できるだろうという意見です。また玄関の靴跡も外車のものしか見当たりません。遺体発見時、玄関には2つの鍵の他に内側からチェーンロックがかかっていました。窓もしっかり施錠されていたので本人に間違いないかと。
Shinjo felt a little like he was going to faint.
じゃあ犯人はどうやってここに入って犯行に及んだんだ？
It would take some serious equipment to roast a whole person. You couldn't get that in here without leaving any traces. The younger detective must have been thinking the same thing.
これで普通の死に方をしててくれれば自殺ってことで新庄さんの手をお借りすることもなかったんですけど。
死に方に普通も何もないだろ
う。すいません。
1階のエントランスに防犯カメラがあったよな。
ええ、部下が管理人室で録画のチェックを始めていますが、今のところは何も。
そうか。
Shinjo looked at the victim and then at the forensics people. They were frowning as they talked.
あの様子だと死亡時刻の推定もまだ無理そうだな。
はい、解剖に回してみないと何とも。火災報知器が作動していればすぐに分かったんでしょうが。
The two of them looked up at the useless devices on the ceiling.
壊されていたって？
はい。
誰に？いや、室内には彼女の指紋しかないんだったな。ということは本人か？
But why would she do that? Shinjo couldn't make any sense of it.
というか、新庄さん、俺焼死の現場ってのは初めてなんですけど、こんな風に燃えるもんなんですか？
わからん。こんなの俺だって初めてだ。
鑑識の連中がね、全員首をひねってるんです。どうやって燃えたかわからないって。ガソリンや灯油を使ったってこんな風にはならないって。
And there was no smell of gasoline anyway. The only stench was of burning meat.
俺前にテレビで見たんですけど、やっぱいいです。
言えよ、最後まで。
怒りませんか？
内容による。
世界の心霊現象スペシャルとかいう番組だったかな。そこで人体の発火現象ってのが。
やめろ、バカ。
Shinjo poked the younger detective's head lightly. The detective apologized, but Shinjo hadn't stopped him because it was too unbelievable to be true. He'd stopped him for the opposite reason. He was probably right. Which meant he didn't want rumors flying around, even inside the police department.
パイロキネシスと言ったな。
Kunisada Mio, Aremura Hinai, and Miyashiro Takuru had all used the word repeatedly. It was the power to set things on fire with your mind, and they said the woman that was after Miyashiro and his friends, Minamisawa Senri, had it. Was this Haida Rika woman attacked by a pyrokinetic then? He came back to the same conclusion he'd reached earlier, but then soon shook his head.
それでも説明できないか。
How'd you get the rebar used to skewer the woman inside the room? And how'd you get it skewered? Shinjo looked at the large window that dominated the room's east side. The curtain was open, and he could see the chaotic city of Shibuya outside. If the building was taller, the view would have been impressive, but from this height, he could see the dirty backsides of the surrounding condos and multipurpose buildings. It was hard to call it a nice view. And that probably made the rent a lot cheaper though, he thought to himself, as he began to examine the glass window. If the killer had used some kind of power to get the rebar in from the building across the street, this woman would have been shattered, or this window, would have been shattered, but there wasn't a scratch on it.
こいつは俺が一人で考えてもどうにもならないな。
He hated to say it, but he needed a specialist like Kunisado Mio, so for now he decided to focus on gathering information.
新庄さん。
A light tap on his back brought him back to reality.
防犯カメラをチェックしてた部下から連絡です。ガイシャの顔がはっきり映ってる映像を見つけました。
Oh?
そうか、行こう。
When he finally got out of the room, he felt like he could breathe again. Disrespectful to the dead or not, he took a deep breath when he got outside. He went down to the first floor and looked at the video on the monitor in the manager's room.
管理人の話だと、ハイダリコさんは必ずカメラから顔を背けるようにしていたそうなんですが、
取られたくない理由でも？
渋谷地震の時に顔に火傷を負ったとかで、人に見られるのを極端に嫌ってたらしいですね。
ああ、それで。
ただこの時は一瞬ですが偶然映ってしまったようです。
The timestamp on the screen indicated it was late at night on the 12th of October.
10月12日？それって確か。
He remembered writing that day down, so he flipped open his notebook.
ああ、そうだ。宮代くんたちが初めて南沢千里に襲われたっていう夜だな。
先輩、ハイダリコさん来ました。
He quickly turned his eye back to the screen. Yeah, that's who we've been thinking is Senri. In the video, the door to the entrance opened and a woman came staggering inside. Perhaps her leg didn't work right, or maybe she was injured because he could tell she was dragging it. Her hair covered her face, making it impossible to read her expression.
おい、あれって。
ええ。
Shinjo and the other detective gasped. Haida-Rika was holding a long object in her hands, something like a staff, and using it to support herself. It looked exactly like the iron rebar that was currently skewering her body.
まさか、自分で持ち込んだ鉄筋で串刺しに？
It was just a recording, but Shinjo found himself holding his breath nervously, as if he was watching live footage. She walked right by the security camera. It didn't seem like she wanted to avoid showing her face. But she must have tripped on something when she was right under the camera because she staggered. When she did, her hair flew backward, and he could finally get a glimpse of her face. Shinjo's eyes went wide.
似てる。
All of her features matched the description. They were identical to the composite sketch based on a description by someone who had barely survived an attack by this woman.
そんな、こいつ。
The girl in the video was... Yeah. So that raises some fucking questions. That raises the question of, is that really Senri? Which I guess has been a question raised by the characters for a while. Was Senri involved in the death of a woman? Or was this girl, this woman, sorry, if she was 18, would that match the years that they were talking about? Okay, so if she wasn't Senri, was she actually the person that just died? Was she targeted by the actual killer for being a psychic? There's just so many questions. I don't even know right now. And also I guess that raises the question of, if that's her, then who was at the door? Who did Yui see at the end of the day? There's no way she could have been there before midnight, got all the way back home and got roasted. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. A lot of stuff I don't know, to be specific. It's just, goddamn, questions are being raised over and over again. Alright, well, we're still on Chapter 8, Betrayal. I'm still waiting to see who's going to betray our ass. I love me a good betrayal. It adds a lot to the story in terms of skepticism. You gotta really think about your relationships with those that you have around you. It makes for some very interesting development. Or it can. So I guess we'll see what happens next. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.